In this video, we will talk about something that's causing a lot of concern for people living, working, and studying in Australia. It's the 2025 visa shakeup, and yes, thousands of people could actually lose their visas under new policy changes. If you're already in Australia on a visa or planning to move here, this is an urgent update you don't want to miss. We will examine the types of visas at risk, stricter requirements and processing delays, risk of deportation and impact on family, and what you can do to protect yourself. Australia has been a popular destination for immigrants for decades, and with a high quality of life, a robust job market, and fantastic educational institutions, it's easy to see why. But new visa rules in 2025 are raising concerns for international students, skilled workers, and even families who have made Australia their home. Why are visa rules getting stricter in 2025? So why the sudden shift? Why is Australia tightening its visa rules in 2025? The Australian government says the main reasons are population management, infrastructure strain, and housing shortages. Australia has experienced high levels of immigration over the past 2 decades, which has helped the economy grow, but it's also put pressure on resources like housing, healthcare, and public transport. And with the cost of living increasing, there's also been concern that a constant influx of temporary visa holders might be affecting job availability and wages for local Australians. So the government's proposed solution? Stricter visa requirements, fewer renewals, and tighter pathways to permanent residency. What types of visas are at risk? Which visas are most likely to be affected by these changes? Here are some that are facing the highest risk of more stringent rules, or in some cases, even elimination. Temporary skills shortage visa, temporary graduate visa, student visas, and regional visas. The temporary skill shortage visa, or subclass 482, is one that allows people with certain skills to work in Australia, filling jobs that are hard to fill with local talent. This visa is crucial for industries like healthcare, IT, and engineering. However, the new changes could require even more specialized skills, stricter proof of experience, and higher English proficiency scores. Then we have the temporary graduate visa, or subclass 485, which lets international students stay and work in Australia after graduation to gain experience in their field. Finally, student visas, while primarily for study, could also be impacted as there are rumors of stricter post-study work rights, making it harder for international students to gain valuable work experience before they leave. And then we have the regional visas, which allow people to work in designated areas with lower populations. These are generally seen as a pathway to permanent residency, but these too may see changes in eligibility criteria and renewal processes. Impact on international students and graduates. International students, who make up a significant portion of temporary visa holders, are particularly vulnerable. Studying in Australia has long been considered a pathway to building a career and even gaining residency, but now that path may be narrowing. With the proposed changes, only students in high-demand fields like healthcare, information technology, and engineering may have a shot at staying long-term. But for those studying in fields outside of these high-demand areas, the options could be extremely limited. Imagine investing tens of thousands of dollars in an Australian education, only to be told there's no way to stay in the country. For these students, it's not just about finding work after graduation. It's about finding stability, building a career, and creating a future. The proposed changes could make this dream nearly impossible for thousands of recent graduates. Stricter renewal requirements and visa processing delays. And it's not just new applicants who are affected. The rules around renewing visas are getting stricter too. In the past, temporary visa holders often had clear pathways to renew their visas or transition to other visa types. But under the 2025 changes, renewals could face higher minimum salary thresholds, increased age limits, and even proof of specific high-demand skills, as processing delay is another serious issue. The Australian immigration system is already facing backlogs, and as new regulations pile on, some people could be waiting months or even years for their renewals to come through. If your visa expires before it's processed, you could be forced to leave the country or fall out of status. Risk of deportation and impact on families. For many, this isn't just about paperwork, and if people can't renew their visas or meet the new requirements, they could face deportation, which isn't just about individuals as families are also affected. Some temporary visa holders have families on dependent visas, and if the main visa holder loses their status, the entire family could be forced to leave. Think about people who've built lives here, with kids in school and jobs that support them. For them, these changes aren't just inconvenient, they're life-altering. This is a reality that thousands of people could face in 2025. It's not just a policy change, it's about lives, relationships, careers, and futures that could all be disrupted. What can people do to protect themselves? So, if you're one of the thousands of people potentially affected by these changes, what can you do? Here are some practical steps that might help. First, if you're in a high-demand field, consider upgrading your skills or earning additional certifications to boost your eligibility. For those not in these fields, exploring regional or alternative visas might be an option worth looking into, as some may still have pathways that aren't as affected by these changes. It's also a good idea to consult a registered migration agent or immigration lawyer who can provide specific guidance on your situation. Professional advice can help you explore the best possible paths forward, even if things seem uncertain right now. Advocacy and raising awareness. While it's easy to feel powerless, remember that policy change often responds to public outcry. There are advocacy groups and community organizations fighting for more flexible and humane visa policies, particularly for people who are already contributing to Australia's economy and communities. Whether it's sharing your story, joining advocacy efforts, or reaching out to representatives, you can be a part of the conversation. Thousands of voices calling for more inclusive immigration policies can make a difference. The more people are aware of what's happening, the more pressure there will be for fair policies that consider the needs of everyone involved. Looking ahead, is change inevitable? While it seems like these rules are set to take effect in 2025, remember that policies are subject to change, especially if there's enough public and political pressure, as immigration is a complex issue and policies often adapt over time. It's hard to say what the future will hold, but by staying informed, exploring options, and supporting one another, we can face whatever comes next together. That will be all in this video. Please share your opinions with us in the comments area. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable the notification bell to receive updates on Australia immigration news. Thanks for watching.